Hey Team Grimmie, Scott here. I know it's been a while since we've talked. Hope you all are doing well. And a few things have happened since we last talked, including on September 2nd, Tina, Mama Grimmie, passed away. We were all saddened by that, and we all wish Bud and Marcus the best. But what this video is about is the foundation banquet last September 25th out in LA. I flew out there and attended it like I did last year. Now this is a rather long vlog, but most of it will be video clip of the event itself, so trying to make it like you were there. The foundation banquet again this year was held at the Taglian Center in downtown Hollywood. Yeah, I think downtown Hollywood. But it's a beautiful place. When you get there, you enter into a courtyard that's got a fountain, trees, and the weather was perfect. It's a beautiful place for receptions. So everybody got there and kind of mingled, went up to the bar, got a Coke or tea or wine or something else, and just chatted with each other. But they also had a green carpet there. Not a red carpet, but a green carpet, as you would expect for the Grimmie Foundation. So people were getting pictures taken along the green carpet and everything. And that was fun. Right off the courtyard is the lobby that leads into the banquet hall. And in the lobby, people were in there talking too. There was another bar in there. But more importantly, there were tables full of items for the auction, silent auction. And there were all kinds of things, everything from a safari to Africa to baskets of goodies, baskets of movies, and there was even a designer handbag, and someone told me the designer name, and obviously very important, but I don't know anything about that. And then there was actually one that I ended up bidding on and winning, and it was based on Mad Magazine. It was Mad Magazine books, video of Mad TV, and just some other stuff, and that was rather fun. So we all arrived between 6:15 and 6:30 and mingled for about a half an hour. Then at 7 o'clock, they opened up the doors into the banquet hall. And the banquet hall, again, was lit all in green. I think they've got LEDs up there that they can change the color on, and so it was beautifully lit. The tables were beautiful, and again, some pictures and some stuff up here about it. But it was really nice. So people were in there mingling and finding their table, and then after a while, everybody settled down and the program began. Tonight's MC was Hunter Marsh, and he was the MC last year, and he did a great job. He really did, last year and this year too. Hunter made some announcements, and then he introduced Pastor Jimmy, a friend of the Grimmies, to talk a little bit about him and to give the opening prayer.
On your way to the ballroom, you guys may have seen an amazing silent auction that we've set up through Charity Stars. The auction will be open until 10:30 tonight. There will be volunteers inside this room with you, as well as iPads. If any bidding needs to be done, you can also do it on your phones. And if you need more assistance than this, there will be volunteers walking around who can help you out. There are a ton of different items this year. There are vacations, there are signed guitars, memorabilia. It's really incredible. So if anyone buys one of those trips that has multiple people going but needs one more, I will donate myself to that cause. The funds from last year raised enough money to help fund over 10 grants to families in need. That's what Simon Richards said. Let's try and beat that this year. A very close family friend of the Grimmies. Please give a round of applause for Pastor Jeremy.
Well, we're here tonight because of the vision and passion of Bud and Tina Grimmie. But on September 2nd, Tina went to be with the Lord and to be with her daughter, Christina. And just days before that, I had the chance to go and see Tina at her house for what would be the last time that I would be able to talk with her. And I can tell you this, that she was weak It was obvious that everything that had been going on medically and physically had taken its toll on her. But in just the short amount of time that we had together, I got to see the fullness of Tina's personality and be reminded that nothing can hold her back from sharing her heart and her opinion and her love and her life. Many of you who were here last year saw her right here in this place speaking to us. And Tina said two things to me during that time before I left. She said, "Jeremy, I love you." She's a woman of love, and she was always showing love to others. She said, "I love you," and then she said, "And Jeremy, I will see you on September 25th. She was so excited to be here for this night. She was so committed. She was fighting for being here this night. And if there's anything that I know about Tina and all the fullness of who she was, is that she's a fighter. And we are here tonight because she was a fighter. And because she modeled for us to keep fighting, even in the midst so dear and near to many of us here. We'll take a moment of silence, and then after that, I'll lead us in a prayer as we look to the Lord to guide us in the midst of grieving and yet in hope. But let's take a moment of silence now to remember and honor those lives that were lost this year. And so, Lord, we look to you with hope. I pray for anyone in here tonight even who is grieving so deeply that they feel like there is no hope. We remember your word that in Scripture that we grieve, but we do not grieve as those without hope. We remember that you are the God who takes the worst of situations and brings redemption and transformation and glory even out of those. And so we look to you and we praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
After the prayer, Pastor Jimmy introduced the tribute video for Tina Grimmie. And I have to say, I was totally honored and humbled when they selected the video that I'd put together that many of you have seen to present that night. And I'm going to show some clips of it here and some of the crowd reaction, but they were very appreciative of it. And Mama Grimmie was something special. She really was.
Right now we're going to watch a tribute video to celebrate her life and the way that she loved so many, so well.
So close. Like, we're stupidly close. I'm Tina Grimmie. Christina's mom.
I'm Christina's dad. But
In fact, I asked her, even before I started YouTube, "Hey Mom, if anything like ever happened with my career, do you think that we could move to LA?" I said, "No way. Are you crazy?" You're better. I love having my mom's support. It's just really awesome to be able to, go places with my mom, because I'm that kind of girl who really doesn't care if my mom's around. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Nothing."
Yeah, what do you love? What do you feel the most?
My mom, she's had breast cancer 3 times, and I thought she wouldn't get to see me do anything like this, so I love my mom, and I'm happy I get to do this for her.
We're watching right now.
Mom is she's just so fun to be with, honestly. She's like the party.
Happy Mother's Day! Say hi to Snapchat.
Dad. End with "I love you" and "thank you." I don't know how much more that they could give you, like, big hug and tell you to just keep being you. I love you. Bye. Bye. Bye.
I'm going to tell a little story here about Tina, Mama Grimmie. I only met her once, and that was at the banquet last year. And she was in the lobby talking to Debbie Hall and Cooper, two of our admins in the Facebook Team Grimmie page. And I was just sitting back there taking a couple pictures. And then she spotted me. Now, I didn't think she knew me from anybody else. She spotted me, threw up her arms and said, "Scott!" and came over and hugged me. You know, we had never met. She just enjoyed some of the videos I had been doing, and gosh, that tickled my heart. And I was looking forward to seeing her again this year, as she was looking forward to make it to the event, but it didn't happen. But she was such a fun and loving person. I'll always remember that moment. It was a short moment. In life, sometimes it's the little short moments that mean the most. After the video, Hunter came back up and thanked me for the video. Didn't need to do that. And he also made a shout out to the Facebook Team Grimmie page for all the work they do and the fundraiser they held, in which everybody donated, and $2,500 for the foundation. And believe me, that was truly appreciated. And we thank them for the shout out. While I'm talking about Facebook pages, there are plenty of Facebook pages in honor of Christina and the foundation out there. And you all are doing great work. And the family, Bud, Marcus, the board of directors of the foundation, they truly appreciate each and every one of you. You guys, as Tina would say, you keep them going. Keep up the good work. Next, Raina Strober came to the stage to tell a little story about Tina, and she sang a wonderful song. That lady can sing. She sure can. And
You said last year I had the honor of coming up here and singing the song that I sang in Fire Emblem, which was one of Christina's favorite games. And as soon as I walked off stage, I was enveloped by these warm, strong, maternal arms of Mama Grimmie. And she held me and held my face and says, "What are you doing next September 25th? And when Mama Grimmie asks you anything, especially that, there's one answer. Whatever you want me to be doing September 25th. And so I've all year, I've been looking forward to spending another important evening with Marcus and Bud and Tina. She's got the best seat in the house. And one thing that the Grimmies are able to do, and it's so inspiring, is to look up from their pain and look into the souls of people who need help, people who are affected by gun violence and people who are affected by cancer, and they're able to say, "Let us help you." And I'm so inspired by that, and I hope we all spend a few more moments in the eyes of those around us. This song is in honor of anyone out there who's scared to say, "I need help." So you know, the Grimmies are here, and the rest of us are here, so let us know. And it's in honor of all of us who spend a moment to say, "Hey, roll down your window, because I want to help." I've learned to slam on the brake before I even turn the key, before I make the mistake, before I lead with the worst of me. Give them no reason to stare, no slipping up if you slip away. So I got nothing to share, no, I got nothing to say. Step out of the sun if you keep getting burned. Step out of the sun because you've learned, because you've learned. On the outside, always looking in, will I ever be more than I've always been? Cause I'm tapping on the glass. I'm waving through a window. I try to speak, but nobody could hear, so I wait around for the answer to appear while I watching people pass. I'm waving through a window. see? Is anybody waving back at me? We start with stars in our eyes. We start believing that we belong, but every sun doesn't rise, and no one tells you where you went wrong. Step out of the sun if you keep getting burnt. Step out of the sun because you've learned, On the outside, always looking in, will I never be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass. I'm waiting through a window. I try to speak, but nobody could hear, so I wait around for the answer to appear while I watching people pass. I'm waiting through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? Did I even make a sound? Did I even make a sound? It's like I never make a sound. Will I ever make a sound? On the outside, always looking in, will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass, waving through a window. I try to speak, but nobody can hear, so I wait around for the answers to appear while I'm watching people pass, waving through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me? Is anybody waving?
Wasn't she fantastic? After that, Travis Flores came up and spoke. And I don't know if you know, Travis Flores is a producer, writer, and actor in a series he's put together called Sort of Supportive. He was a friend of Christina, and the Grimmie family have been supportive of him. He's gone through quite a bit in his young life. He's gone through 2 double lung transplants. And so he'd been thinking about this series for a while and was finally able to put it together. And he showed a trailer from the series and listened to the music in it because it's Christina's music. Here it is.
Also joining him tonight is Christina's friend and actress, Madison McLaughlin, from Sorta Supportive and the hit show Arrow. Everyone please welcome Travis and Madison.
It was her turn to sing, and I was like so excited because I followed her for years, on YouTube and everything. And she goes and she's up there, and everybody's waiting, for the music to start. And the lights went out, and the sound equipment stopped working, and there was like a power mishap, and everyone was kind of like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Are we going to have to, wait to get things back on? And instead, we just heard her voice, yell out, like, you know what? We're still going to do this, you guys. So there was enough light that we could see her, and she just started singing a cappella without a mic, without any music, without anything. And it was something that in that moment, her voice became the anthem for so many people in that room for rare disease. And I'm so thankful to be a part of this with Travis, where now her voice is going to go on to be an anthem for many more that I know that she will have supported and cared so much about. And I'm just so honored to be here with all of you tonight and so thankful.
What we're about to see is the first ever clip of a show called Sort of Supportive that I've been writing for many years. And this scene in particular is one that I was dedicating to Tina. And it's dedicated to Tina and all those people who loved her who knew her tenacity and her willingness to fight every fight, but also live the life that she wanted to live. So ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, with Christina's music and the art anthem, Sort of Supportive.
Expressing your emotions around this.
I mean, we're always told as kids that we can grow up and become anyone we want to be and do anything we want to do. Why not now? Why not right now? Forget the rules. Forget the precautions, the stigmas.
You're so poetic.
She's talking about you, not me. I was throwing up in my mouth over what Chloe was saying. But for what it's worth, I do think you're a goddamn genius.
Danny, please do not say God's name in vain.
Oh, please. God gave me veins that roll every time I'm getting blood work done. I think we're even.
I want a motion for a new mission for the support group.
I second that motion.
Okay, what do you guys want to call your group? Maybe Chloe can make shirts.
Yeah, Christ's children.
I'm Jewish.
God's children.
I'm atheist.
What about, sort of supportive? I mean, that's what we're all here for, right? It's not going to cure us, but sort of helpful. We sort of learn. We sort of, I hope, maybe we sort of find meaning.
Sort of supportive. Shall we take a vote?
I'm in.
Yeah, me too.
Danny and I actually agree on something.
It's a miracle. Okay, founding members of Sort of Supportive. What's first on the agenda?
Our next speaker was Detective Michael Moreschi from Orlando. He flew all the way from Orlando to be out here to talk about the fine work that the foundation does. And he had a wonderful story about Bud Grimmie, and I'd like you to see that here.
We have a special guest with us this evening from Florida, Detective Michael Moreschi. Detective Moreschi is with the Orlando Police Department and has stayed in touch with the Grimmie family since meeting them back in June 2016. He's been a huge advocate for the foundation. The foundation leans on him for advice and input to make sure that they are offering what is needed for families that are the victims of tragedy of gun violence. I'd like to welcome up Detective Michael Moreschi.
First of all, I want to thank Hunter for referring to me as a young man since I'm about to retire at 50 years of age, so I appreciate that. Good evening, my name is Mike Moreschi, and I'm so nervous I just read my name off of the screen.
So we're off to a good start.
You know, rightfully so, much of tonight is about the women in the Grimmie family, and I wanted to take a minute to talk about the men in the family. I met Marcus Grimmie at the worst moment in his life, and I couldn't have been more taken aback talking with Marcus that awful night on June 10th in Orlando, and just we can talk about his heroic acts that he did that night, but I think what he's done since then has been even more heroic. And I met Bud after he made an unimaginable cross-country trip to get his daughter, and seeking answers, and as a detective in the case, I didn't have answers for him, and I'll never forget, like within 24 hours of meeting Bud and so many people that came down. I don't know, I've met some people there tonight that came down to Orlando that weekend and met with all of us. And within 24 hours, I was in Pulse nightclub, and I'll never forget sitting or standing in the parking lot of Pulse nightclub, and I talked to Bud, and I told him obviously there was something going on. He told me that obviously there was people that needed me more than him and his family did, because he had a support system. He had a great support system with him, and I had no doubt about that. And we stayed in touch, and well, this is the thing too, having talked to Bud that day, I realized, and many of you know this in this room, I realized this might be the nicest guy in the world. It might be the nicest guy I've ever met in my life. This awful moment, that's what I took away. I was like, oh, I felt terrible, and he made me feel better about really not doing my job to what I should be doing. But he told me that we have other people, that there's people that need you more.
Then Tony Scott, who is a treasurer and board member of the foundation, came up and talked to us about the state of the foundation. And he told us the foundation is doing well, and last year they supported multiple families with over $50,000 worth of grants. That's quite a bit for a brand new foundation, folks. And their goals are to help more families, find more donors, and keep things moving. And it was a good presentation. Here's a short clip of some of the things we had to say.
Foundation board member, Mr. Tony Scott.
I'll tell you a little bit more about what we've been doing since the last time we were here. So I get to present to you the State of the Foundation Treasurer's Report. That's kind of formed this foundation in April of 2017, and we have a dual mission, as many of you know, is that we support families who have suffered loss as a result of gun violence, and our second mission is that we support families who face a breast cancer diagnosis. Both of these issues are so very close to issues that have happened with the Grimmie family, and they have committed their lives to providing support back to people suffering these same issues. So our primary goal is to provide support to families impacted by either of these two areas so that they can focus their energy on healing and rebuilding their lives. We launched 3 successful fundraising events since we kicked off the foundation. We had our inaugural event in Hollywood last year, October. Who was here for that? Welcome back. And we had an East Coast event in New Jersey in March of this year that was absolutely incredible. So, that's right. Who was at that? So we took it back to the hometown, and they greeted us. It was just a wonderful, wonderful time in New Jersey. Some of our success stories, to tell you a little bit what we've done. Since you guys were here with us last year, we've given away nearly $50,000 in support to almost 20 families. And we refer to our clients, because we don't like to call them clients, and since the Green Heart is so prominent in our logo, we refer to those that we support and assist as our Green Hearts. So we've supported nearly 20 Green Hearts this year, over the past year. We've developed a dynamic partnership with the Ventura County DA's office to support and fund 6 families so far, working with these wonderful crime advocates here. So thank you guys again. So what's next for the Christina Grimmie Foundation? So based on our current model working with Ventura County, our goal is to gradually expand into other counties throughout the state of California to perfect our model. And then we're going to expand into other states as we continue to grow and serve needs. But as I said earlier, we pray for a time where what we do is not needed, that we come to a day where we stop seeing people killed by senseless acts of violence. And also we want to expand our base of donors and sponsors and get into grant funding to increase our capacity to support and help families. But so far, all the money that we've raised to undergird this foundation has come directly from you guys sitting here, from last year's event and this year's event. So I want to give you a round of applause. Thank you so much for being here. As I said, we're going to expand out and look to go national. And one of the ways that we discussed doing that is to get a national strategy is that we decided to develop a PSA, public service announcement. This particular public service announcement focuses strictly on the gun violence piece. And one of the things as we hear all these senseless tragedies happen, in fact, we have survivors in this room right now, survivors from the Vegas incident. We have survivors here from the Parkland, Florida incident. And everybody in this PSA is a survivor of a gun violence incident. We felt that was important. But the message that we want to bring to the conversation is, as you know, the foundation, we're not political. We don't get involved in the gun violence debates. We're not trying to take people's guns away. We don't want to debate about the Second Amendment, get into even the arguments about, mental health, all those issues. Our focus is strictly the families. Everybody say that with me, the families. That's our focus, is the families. So when all the sides are arguing and battling back and forth, we don't want the families to be forgotten. So it's my honor to present to you the Christina Grimmie Foundation's very first public service message.
Gunmen shouldn't be used. When news and headlines following an act of gun violence fade away, who's left?
The families. Gun violence is real. It affects more people than you would ever imagine.
Losing a family member is one of the worst things that anyone can ever go through.
This is something that's often forgotten, like what happens to the people after the incident.
Although our country struggles to agree on a long-term solution to gun violence,
We can all agree on one thing.
Any family suffering a loss as a result of gun violence needs our support.
focus needs to shift to the human being.
These continue to happen, and more people have joined the club that we didn't ask to be a part of.
There's families that are not getting the help that they need.
It seems like there's nobody really rallying around
people who have experienced the hardship that we have.
So many families in need, and I can really empathize with that.
We need our love,
compassion,
and hope.
Life for these families may not get any easier.
Their lives are never going to be the same. Ever.
But with the support of others,
they will get stronger.
We can help.
The Christina Grimmie Foundation, building a legacy of hope.
Next, we got into the awards for the night. The first award was a Trailblazer Award, and that went to Kurt Hugo Schneider and his dad, Michael. And you remember Kurt, he and Christina and Sam did Just a Dream video. And Kurt and his dad have been so supportive of the Grimmies. Even before there was a foundation, they were helping out and doing all kinds of stuff. And they received that award.
Now, though, it is time to start honoring a few who helped the foundation in its growth over the last year. Next up to kick off the awards is Christina Grimmie Foundation board member Sue Proctor. Everyone give it up for Sue.
Before I talk about the first award recipient, I want to take a moment to talk about the people behind the Christina Grimmie Foundation. Many of you personally know the Grimmie family. And when I set out on this journey with them over 18 months ago, Tina kept saying to me, there's no way we can pull off a gala like that. There's just no way. And what am I going to do? And how am I going to know? I don't know nobody. Now, if you know Tina, you know Tina liked to shop a little bit. And so Tina started going around to all the stores that she frequented. And she would just take the packets that we gave her and she would get donations almost everywhere she went. Everywhere. So we put her in charge of all the silent auction stuff. And I want you all to know that Tina was doing that up until she couldn't this last year. There's a Michael Kors bag out there that if somebody doesn't spend a lot of money on it, I don't know. Tina got that bag for us. It took her a long time to convince Michael Kors to give us that bag. And not only did they give us that bag, they made it green. So, that purse better sell. That's all I'm saying. I've had the privilege and honor of working with this foundation for the last 18 months, as I said. And when we were discussing our award recipients for this year, these two gentlemen were at the top of our list. Long before the foundation was an official foundation, they were making donations in Christina's name. Back in October of 2015, when the Grimmie family was attending the premiere of Christina's film, The Matchbreaker, Kurt Hugo Snyder was performing in Christina's honor at the Streamies, and then turned around and donated proceeds from that to the Grimmie family in Christina's honor. Kurt had a willingness to work with this unknown artist way back when, and to date, their duo video is still one of the most watched videos that exists out there. And they still are here to support the Christina Grimmie Foundation. The Grimmie family considers Kurt Hugo Snyder and his father Michael Snyder to be a part of their extended family. So in honor of all that you did for the Christina Grimmie Foundation, even before we existed, we thank you. And we honor you tonight with our Trailblazer Award. Can you guys join me? Kurt Hugo Snyder, there you're on this side. We honor you for being among our first supporters building Christina's legacy. Michael Snyder, we honor you for being among our first supporters building Christina's legacy. And Marcus.
I'm so honored I had the chance to work with Christina. I met not just her, but the family nearly 9 years ago now. And if you didn't have the chance to know Christina, she wasn't just a great singer, she was an amazing person. So genuine and kind-hearted, which really shouldn't be surprising if you know Bud and Tina and Marcus, because Christina learned from the best. So just thank you so much. Thank you for being the amazing people you are. And as I said to Bud, he still could have chosen someone better for this award, I'm sure, but thank you. We're very honored. You're such an amazing family.
And then there was a surprise award that was actually given to the Grimmies by The Voice. Well, actually, they were just transferring an award. And what it is you remember when Christina was on the bubble and you had to tweet to save her when she was on The Voice? Guinness Book of World Records issued a certificate for the most amount of tweets in like a 5-minute period on one topic virtually ever. And as she said, there were like 800,000 tweets in about 5 seconds. You guys just came through for her. And they presented that award to Bud and Marcus.
We had a little surprise. The Voice brought something that they want to share with you tonight.
Last year I was here and I was accepting an award on behalf of The Voice, and I'm happy to be back again. We have a little something for you all. We had meant to give it before, but we didn't have it yet. This is a plaque that we received from the Guinness Book of World Records for the most amount of tweets for any sort of tweet, save, anything that The Voice received. And it was the night when Christina was up for elimination on the show. And all of America rushed in. And I think, Brittany, you probably know, I swear, I think it was like 800,000 tweets in like 5 seconds. And it was like, Christina literally tweeted. So we have this, and we want to give it to you, and we had told Tina about it, and we just didn't have it, so here you go.
The next award was the Inspiration Award. The Grimmies have been working closely with the Ventura County DA's office. And in the DA's office, they're a group of people, they're called victims advocates. They help the victims out, and they look for any kind of sources they can to help these victims. And the Grimmie Foundation has been giving them some grants to help those victims. So they work very closely together, and each one's inspiring the other. The Grimmies were inspired by what those victims advocates do, and the DA office as a whole does, and that the DA's office was inspired by them. So it was a mutual inspiration award, and here's the video on that.
Our next award is called the Inspiration Award. And we've been extremely blessed at the foundation to have met Rachel and the entire team in Ventura County. And they're here tonight. These are the people who are on the front lines. These are the people who are dealing with the victims. These are the people who are hearing the stories, who have to help them pick up the pieces of their broken lives. And these are the people who have to figure out, where can I help them or how can I help them? And I don't know how you guys do it on a daily basis. I really, really don't. Inspiration Award, which is like the heaviest award ever. It's for the Ventura County District Attorney's Ellie Liston Crime Victims Assistance Program. It's for the inspiration and support you give to others daily in the spirit of this foundation. We honor your commitment to helping others in need. And I'd like to invite all of you up to the stage, including the Honorable District Attorney, Gregory Thompson.
It's always a dangerous thing to give the microphone to a lawyer. I'm told we get paid by the words, but I will try to be brief. First, let me say that we are honored and humbled to receive this Inspiration Award from the Christina Grimmie Foundation. This is an organization that is making a difference in the lives of gun crime victims every single day. They may have started small and advocating. The very talented and passionate advocates in our office are devoted, truly devoted to supporting and shepherding these survivors with the respect and the genuine caring that empowers them to go on, to live and to live life fully. This award rightfully and properly belongs to these champions of justice.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to take a couple moments to thank you, Bud and Marcus and Team Grimmie, Tina, Mama Grimmie. I know this is coming from you too. This is a tremendous honor, and I want to thank you for your courage. We would not be here without your courage. It is not easy to do what you're doing, but because of it, you're helping so many. All of our advocates up here, all of our advocates that couldn't make it tonight, have to walk into work every day with an armor of hope. We have to be able to give that to people. Where do we get that hope from? We get it from people like you. You are our inspiration. You allow us to keep going and doing the work that we do. I know Sue had mentioned, I wasn't sure how you do this. This is exactly how we do this. I can't thank you enough for that. All of us here are able to walk in to work every morning with another layer of hope to be able to give the survivors that we work with. And I just can't thank you enough for that. And on behalf of all of us up here, thank you again. This is such an honor.
The next award was the Foundation Award, and that went to Awesomeness TV. And Hunter came up and accepted that one. Awesomeness was always good to Christina. They showcased her a number of times, and Hunter had a cute story.
Christina became the rising star that she was. Awesomeness TV is an American media entertainment company located right here in Los Angeles. And they create a vision of web series, television shows, and theatrical films across many platforms. They also operate a talent division, which is how they encountered Christina. And they would manage her as one of their talents, part of the Awesomeness family, and they would help keep her YouTube channel relevant to everybody who loves Christina. But they've always been so supportive to the family. They really stepped up when we lost Christina, providing support, being here for the Grimmie family. And they've also been unrelenting supporters for the foundation. Anytime we need anything, when we call, we need help with something, they've always been there. So we're very appreciative to everything Awesomeness TV has done. So we felt it was very fitting to award our foundation award to Awesomeness TV. So here to accept the award on behalf of Awesomeness TV is one of Awesomeness TV's biggest talents that they represent. He's a host on their network. He does so much, and he really and truly is the face of Awesomeness TV, just like he's the face of our MC this evening. So I'd like to invite Hunter March on stage to recite the I'll read it. It says, 2018 Foundation Award of Awesomeness TV for your service and support that continues to uplift Christina's legacy. We will never forget your generosity.
Just justified why I was here to those who were wondering who I was. Yeah, I started at Awesomeness TV 7 or 8 years ago. I was an intern. There was very few employees, and because of that, I got to see a lot of people come in. It was a company that was helping a lot of young internet stars kind of have a chance to shine. And I got the chance to interview almost every single one that you have ever watched, or your kids have ever watched. And amidst all them, the one who stood out to me as much as any other massive personality who I just knew, when I looked at her, I knew that there was nothing she couldn't do, there was nothing she couldn't accomplish. And that was Christina Grimmie. What was great about that was I got to see her multiple times at different points in her life, and at different points in my life, and every time she was just as sweet, but just that much better, and that much further along with the thing that she loved most, which was singing. I remember one time we were doing a live show, and I got to watch her perform. I got to interview her on the stage, but my favorite part was being backstage with her. We had an arcade machine, like an old retro thing that media companies buy to stay relevant and cool with young people. But we had one, and no one really played it, because they all played the PlayStation instead, like everybody who came in. But Christina was blown away. She was so excited that we had this machine, and it could play any old arcade game. And I was backstage with her, and I was just playing, I was having fun, we were friendly, and I was like, let's go one-on-one. And in the nicest way possible, she let me know that was a bad idea, that I wasn't gonna win. And I didn't win, and she was gracious with her wins. We played multiple times, and then my prize for losing was that I still got to hang out with her, and I still got to watch her perform, and it really was just such a treasured experience that I will never forget. And I also wanted to say that I know that Christina shaped my life in a lot of ways, and so beyond accepting this on behalf of Awesomeness TV, I'd like to say thank you to the Christina Grimmie Foundation for having me as a host, for even letting me be a part of your family in any way, let alone in such an honored way that I would never, ever, ever take for granted. So thank you.
Final award was the Legacy Award, and that went to YouTube. Because without YouTube, we might not know about Christina. But as the gentleman from YouTube said, and you'll see it here, he thinks she was great enough that she would have been found anyhow, one way or another, and we'd still know about her. So, Legacy Award went to YouTube, and they had a couple representatives there.
So now for our final award of the evening, our infamous Legacy Award. Last year, we gave our inaugural Legacy Award to the team at The Voice, so we're excited that they are back here with us again tonight. And this year, we have another incredible company that we want to honor, and our Legacy Award recipient for 2018 is YouTube. Now, I presume everyone has heard of YouTube, and they're only the world's premier video sharing platform. And it was also YouTube that allowed Christina to be exposed to millions upon millions upon millions of people. In fact, Christina's videos on YouTube have had over 500 million views. And she still receives millions of views regularly. So the Legacy Award presented to YouTube, and it says, we honor you for providing the innovative platform that launched Christina Grimmie and an eternal legacy that continues to captivate the world. So thank you, YouTube.
I'd just like to start by saying, actually, I think Christina had so much talent that she would have been found regardless of YouTube. So I think that's really important to say. And also...
And to round out the night, finish up the night, Jackie Lee, also of The Voice, came and sang a couple songs. And she did a fantastic job. And Jonathan has her accompanist on it, and he has a cute story too. So here's that.
Jonathan.
Bud, Marcus, can't see him, but it is a very special night tonight. There's just so much love in the room, and I feel Tina here, I feel Christina here, and I wrote this song for Christina, and I'm gonna sing it tonight for Christina, Tina, Bud, and Marcus. Oh, my love, can't see no light shine through. It's dark out here, and right now I'm needing you. Wish I could hear the words that you say to me right now. Wish I knew where you were here with me somehow. Just somebody's angel now. You're somebody's angel now. You're somebody's angel now. You're somebody's angel now. Oh, my love, nothing's been making sense, and I ask why. Is anyone listening? Wish I could hear the words that you say to me right now. Wish I knew where you were here with me somehow. Just somebody You're somebody's angel. Somebody's angel. Now. One more song that you guys all most likely know. It's one of Christina's. I'm just gonna pass the mic real quick to Jonathan. To say something.
No, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Jackie Lee. I guess I'll share a little story about this song. I had the not only wonderful pleasure of being Christina's friend, but I got to tour with her in 2015 for a bit. And when we played in Europe, me, Mark, and Bobby and Christina, we would play this song, Christina would play this song. We would all, we're supposed to go backstage and wait for our cue to come back. But I never did. I sort of oddly hopped in the audience, and everyone was very confused why I did that. People would kind of look at me and go, "What the hell are you doing? Why are you here?" Because I guess you don't really see someone come off the stage and do that. But I would always kind of look at people and go, "You'll see why I'm here in a second." And she would play the song by herself, just her and a piano, and everybody just felt this incredible emotion and feeling like they were connecting. And it was really cool to be in the audience experiencing that with people and watching that every single night. And I never got to play that song though. So when Jackie brought this up, and last year this one, I actually finally got a chance to play it. So it's a different perspective, but it's amazing. And thank you for having me do that. It means a lot. She's amazing, by the way.
You sought me out and taught me tough with love, with love. You fought my thoughts, my teeth, my thoughts with love, with love. 'Cause every time I'm slipping away from myself, you're the one that moves me like nobody else. When I'm down and under, and I'm coming ungloved, when I'm ready to fall, you're the one always holding me up with love. Your tongue won't tie, you always find the truth. Yeah, you do. But still you smile despite the lines I drew for you. 'Cause every time I'm slipping away from myself, you're the one that moves me like nobody else. When I'm down and under, and I'm coming ungloved, when I'm ready to fall,
always holding me up with love.
And that concluded the night. And it was a good night. Everybody kind of wondered, well, what would it be like without Mama Grimmie there? And it was well done. Everybody was talking and hugging and just having a good time and raising money for the foundation and raising money in Christina's name and in Tina's name. So it was a good night, and as you'll see from some of the pictures, that people hung around and chatted for, a good 30 minutes afterwards. And then they would leave. And as they left, they got a goodie bag, a handbag, a swag bag, whatever you want to call it. And one of the things in there is this shirt I'm wearing. Some of them were in black, some of them were in white, but Christina Grimmie Foundation shirts. So this came from the bag. And what else was in the bag? All right, a Christina Grimmie Foundation water bottle. And what else? And you definitely need a Christina Grimmie Foundation luggage tag. That was in there. In a wristband, it says Christina Grimmie Foundation. You won't be able to read it, but I'll hold it up anyhow. And my arms aren't long enough to get close enough to where you can read it. So there you go. And everybody needs a chapstick when winter comes around. So it's a Christina Grimmie Foundation chapstick. Again, like I said, it was a good night. It was good seeing Bud and Marcus again. And they expressed how much they love you all, how much they appreciate you all, and the love you all have been sending. So it was a good night. And then that was about it, except for one event that happened towards the very end, very serious event involving the taking over of the world. Yes. Y'all may remember the old television series Pinky and the Brain. Well, the brain, the voice of the brain, Maurice LaMarche, Jonathan's dad, was there. He and Nancy Holgate. Nancy Holgate came from Florida. Her son Tommy was a survivor of the Parkland shooting, and they're all supportive of each other. She, the brain, made a video in which the two of them and Nancy's husband plotted to take over the world.
3, 2, fun. Nancy, are you pondering what I'm pondering?
I am, but where are we going to find out where we're going to spend good time?
Oh, I'm talking about our plan for world domination. First, we get Tom to wear rubber pants. Then, wait a second, you were pondering what I was pondering. Yes. Tom, stand by and await further instructions from me, the brain. Your wife and I are going to take over the world. I've decided to let Pinky stay in the corner of our cage, buttering his feet for the rest of the week. Yes, but soon, Tom, you will rule by our side. Yes.
So, until next time, this is Scott signing off. Bye.
Hope you guys like it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Here is my new song, and it didn't take long. It's not a cover, I hope you won't bother. It's not karaoke, I'm keeping it low key. Well, I'm no psychic, but I hope that you like it.